Before you scroll, let me ask you something real. Have you ever watched a perfect morning routine video at 2 a.m., saved it, promised yourself, tomorrow I'll change my life, then you woke up late, skipped half of it, and felt like a failure before breakfast? Yeah, me too. And here's the uncomfortable truth nobody says out loud. The problem isn't your discipline. The problem isn't your motivation. The problem is that you're copying morning routines that were never designed for your life. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to explain why copying routines is quietly destroying your consistency and what you should do instead if you actually want progress that sticks. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I tried the 5 a.m. miracle routine. Cold shower, journaling, meditation, workout, reading, green smoothie, all before sunrise. Day 1, I felt unstoppable. Day 3, exhausted. Day 7, back to snoozing my alarm and hating myself. And that's when it hit me. These routines weren't built for students with late-night assignments. They weren't built for creators editing till 2 a.m. They weren't built for people already burned out. They were built for clicks, for thumbnails, for aesthetics. And here's the scary part. When you fail at someone else's routine, you don't blame the routine, you blame yourself. That's how burnout starts. Now let me ask you something. How many routines have you copied this year? How many did you quit quietly? And how many times did you think, what's wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you.
The system is wrong. Here's what nobody tells you. Morning routines don't change your life. Alignment does. And once you understand this, everything flips. But first, we need to kill a myth that's keeping you stuck. The myth is that there's a best morning routine, one magical formula, one perfect sequence. There isn't. Because your energy, your schedule, and your season of life are not the same as anyone else's. A 17-year-old student dealing with exams does not need the same routine as a 23-year-old creator chasing consistency. Someone with anxiety does not need the same routine as someone with endless energy. Copying blindly forces you into a system that fights you every single day. That fight, that resistance, that's why you procrastinate. And here's something you need to hear clearly. If your morning routine requires motivation, it's already broken. Motivation is unstable. Energy is unstable. Life is unstable. So instead of asking, what routine should I copy, ask a better question. What does my brain need in the first 30 minutes of the day to not self-sabotage? That question changes everything. Let's get practical. The first thing you need to understand is your morning friction point. This is the exact moment your day usually collapses. For some people, it's waking up. For others, it's getting out of bed. For others, it's opening their phone and losing 40 minutes to scrolling. Your routine shouldn't start with productivity. It should start with removing friction. If you struggle to wake up, your routine isn't meditation, it's fixing your sleep window. It's putting your phone across the room. It's letting sunlight hit your face. Tiny actions, huge leverage. If you wake up but feel mentally foggy, your routine isn't a cinematic workout. It's water. 2 minutes of movement, no thinking allowed. And if your mornings disappear to scrolling, your problem isn't discipline, it's environment. Your phone shouldn't be the first thing you touch, not because it's bad, but because it hijacks your attention before you've chosen your direction. Here's the shift most people miss. A real morning routine is not about doing more, it's about deciding less. Every decision you remove from the morning saves energy for later. That's why high performers simplify mornings. They don't complicate them. And here's the plot twist. You don't need a routine, you need anchors. Anchors are small, non-negotiable actions that tell your brain, today has started, we're moving. Not habits, not goals, signals. For some people, it's making the bed. For others, it's stepping outside. For others, it's writing one sentence. The mistake is thinking anchors have to be impressive. They don't. They have to work on your worst day. Because here's the truth. Your routine doesn't fail on good days. It fails on bad ones. So design for bad days. A student during exams doesn't need a 90-minute ritual. They need a 5-minute brain boot up. Wake up, drink water, open notes, read one page. That's it. Momentum beats motivation. And creators? Creators don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they aim too high, too early. They plan aesthetic mornings instead of content momentum. Here's a rule that changed everything for me. Your first task should be stupidly easy and directly connected to your main goal. If you want better grades, your routine touches studying. If you want content consistency, your routine touches creation. If you want mental clarity, your routine touches calm. Anything else is decoration. And this is where most routines lie to you. They make you feel productive without moving your life forward. Planning isn't progress. Journaling isn't execution. Watching productivity videos isn't productivity. That's why you feel busy but stuck. So here's the alternative. Instead of copying routines, build a modular morning. Not one rigid schedule, but flexible blocks. One anchor to start the day, one quick energy reset, one small action that moves your life forward. That's it. No pressure, no guilt, no aesthetic. And here's the shift that matters. Once you stop trying to win the morning, you start winning the day. Because mornings aren't about domination, they're about direction. Burnout doesn't come from hard work, it comes from misaligned effort. If you're exhausted, your routine should restore energy. If you're anxious, your routine should ground you. If you're bored, your routine should challenge you. If your routine feels like punishment, it won't last. Consistency always beats intensity. So start embarrassingly small. 2 minutes of movement, 1 paragraph of reading, 1 idea written down. Do it for 7 days.
Not to change your life, just to prove you can keep a promise. That identity shift, that's where real motivation comes from. You don't need to wake up early to be successful. You need to wake up intentionally. If your best focus is at night, forcing 5 a.m. mornings is self-sabotage. The goal isn't early, the goal is effective. And the best routine? It's the one you stop thinking about. So stop copying routines designed for algorithms. Stop chasing aesthetic productivity. Stop blaming yourself for systems that don't fit. Build a morning that removes friction, sets direction, and respects your energy. 1 anchor, 1 reset, 1 progress action. That's enough. Tonight, design a morning so easy you can't fail. Tomorrow, show up once. No perfection, just presence. Then, do it again. Let's stop copying. Let's start building. Let's level up together.